talked about it yesterday, just that chip on your shoulder. Everyone talking about a neutral AFC Championship game, not even thinking about you guys. How much did that motivate you coming into this?
You better send those refunds.
I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. Back-to-back champs, kings of the north with it. Thinking they can hang with us, still ain't jumped off the porch with it. Long bomb to chase every Sunday, watch him go and get it. Double up on him, then we gon' double down on T. Higgins. Then throw Boyd in the mix, now you really iffy. Every Sunday showing boys how to really gritty. They try to shuffle up the game on us, but they ain't icky. Flip the coin, kick the toe right to the go and get it. Never know what's gonna happen when Joe drop back. He get shiesty in the pocket, I get shiesty on the track. Nobody on the team all pro, that's all cap. Most all around team in the NFL, that's all fact. Ain't came across nobody yet that seem like they can hang with us. They said we couldn't be Buffalo, but see how we call they bluff. Underdogs every week, they keep on trying to label us. Put your money on us, even if Vegas don't favor us. No matter what, we really came up, now it's hard to fail. I dare you come across that middle, Von gon' ring your bell. I know we under they skin, them boys built frail. Eli Apple out there chirping like a next tail. You don't want Salmon Trey to come off them ends. Rita clogging up the middle like a big body Benz. Right behind them Logan and Pratt, the turnover twins. Jesse Bates in the backfield just to clean up the loose ends. We just drafted Cam and drafted Hill. Instant gratification every time that they on the field. We can't go back to what we was, cause that's the loser way. It's been hard to throw on us since we picked up a Woozy. It's like win after win, feel like we could really do it. Zach Taylor doing his thing for the city, I give it to him. And I bet Samaji will find a hole if you give it to him. Hayden Hurst don't need a hole, he just plan on running through him. Just hand it off to 28 and let him do the dash. Getting hit by BJ Hill probably feel like a car crash. Every week it seem like Lou digging deeper in his bag. And if the game on the line, all my favorite money match. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up.
What do we say, Dolph? They gotta play us! That's right, y'all. They gotta play us. What's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Turnipole. And as always, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here from the great city in Cincinnati, Ohio, home of still the first place Cincinnati Reds. Don't forget that. Now, do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,265 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. So if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter and you have yet to subscribe to my channel, why not? Please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel, Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for notification, and every time I go live, you'll be notified. Also, exclusively in the YouTube chat crew, we're doing super chats. So if you got a question for Matt from Cincy Hats, something you want to know about, some deep, dark secret that him and Ted have never shared, give me a super chat. I greatly appreciate it. As always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know what? I got the Cincy hat on today, but most days I'm wearing the Jackpot Joey stuff. I got the flag. We got the beer coming out here in about 3 weeks. So check it out. You can get the hats, the shirts, all that stuff at jackpotjoey9.com. The beer is at Brink Brewery. Remember, portions of the proceeds go to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund. But we are not here to talk about Jackpot Joey, but we can always talk about it. First of all, let's get that. Say hi to everybody in the chat. What's up, stranger? Who day Joe's in there? Ken's in there. Matt's in there. Kevin's in there. Brian, Aubrey, Brian again. Smash Adams in there. What's up? Like I said, we are here to discuss just the gem of a man that we have in Ted Karras. I mean, I just not to toot my own horn, but he was on my podcast first. Just saying, just putting that out there. But anyway, let's get to my co-host. He's Big Savage Greg. What up, Greg?
Nothing much, man. How we doing today?
I'm ready to give away some hats. How about you?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, buddy. It's an awesome day. Rocking my new Ellie De La Cruz jersey.
I like it. Looks good.
Loving
nice
it, man.
Too. Nice hat. All right, let's get to Matt. What an entrance right there. You like that? Look at that.
Oh yeah, love it. I would have had some other walk-up music. I'm more of like a Nicki Minaj guy, but I'll take it. That's all right. That's all right. I feel like I've been on enough of these now. I got to get me a mic or something. I got to get one of those cool microphones.
Exactly.
I'll reach out. I'll see what brand I should get.
There you go. There. So what's going on, man? You guys are been killing the hats here lately. How's it going?
It's been good. Last week was like our vacation. Ted's been down just in like retreat mode. I just had a lot going on with the 4th, and I was like, we're gonna just hibernate for a sec because we got a big July. The minute the season hits, we're gonna be off to the races. So yeah, we're coming out of like a week-long hibernation. We're ready to roll. We got like 18 boxes of hats coming in this week. We've got the red and whites coming in. I saw you were wearing the red, so I'm down in the white. We've got some new SKUs we'll tease here in a little bit for an event we're having at the end of the month. So we're fired up. We're ready to roll.
Well, tell everybody about that event because I know I'm going. Greg's going. A whole bunch of the brew crew is going to be there.
Yes. So one of Ted's favorite spots in Cincy is the Little Miami Brewing Company. I believe it's in Milford, just northeast of the city. It's one of his favorite spots. He's gotten to know the owner. So they've just said, anytime you want to have an event, let's do something. So we're going to show up on Friday, July 21st. Nice little summer Friday. We're going to show up at 3 or 4 and just kind of sell hats. And Ted's going to do autographs, take pictures with whoever wants to. Should be super casual. But you know what? Beer, we'll have new gear. Should be a lot of fun. Yeah,
Greg will probably be down there by what, Greg? Like noon? You're going to show up?
So when the Holy Grail came, I have a lot of vacation time at work. I'm like, if that's starting at 4 o'clock, well, I see the Yankees were in town. I knew that place was going to be crowded. I got to get there 2 hours early. I got the table. Well, no, you had a table reserved in front of me. I'm like, fine, I'll take this table then. I understand why you needed it. But yeah, no, dude, that was such an awesome time at the Holy Grail. The fans were fired up. Ted was there. I mean, Ted just got the fans fired up. Such an awesome time there.
What a lifetime ago. I think the Reds were in 3rd or 4th at the time.
Yeah, exactly.
That was before Ellie De La Cruz. That was before Matt McClain. That's before Abbott. That's before any of these guys came up. And what a difference, 2 months has been now. I always remember that night because I was still working on my kitchen and the guys were putting in my countertops. And this guy right here was blowing me up. When are you coming down? I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get there. He's like, Ted is asking about you. Matt wants to know where you're at. I'm like, I'm coming. I'm trying. I got to get these guys out of my house. So finally, my wife was nice enough to say, just go. I'll stay here. I'm like, all right, cool. So I went down and, dude, that was an absolute blast. I mean, hang out with you guys. I got to meet Ted's dad as well. And Zeus was there. Cordell Volson. Those two are two of the biggest damn humans I've ever seen.
Yes.
And I'm not the shortest guy. I mean, I'm close to Ted's height. Ted's, I think, got an inch on me. But I took a picture with all of us, and I look like a freaking midget between all three of those guys.
Yeah, Zeus. I've never seen Ted look that small. Ted looked like a little dude next to Zeus. I mean, it's going to be fun. I can't wait to see him protecting Joe's backside. That's going to be great.
It's going to be unbelievable. I cannot freaking wait. And the interesting thing, I saw James Rapine did a article on El Collins is still in town, working out. So I mean, good. Hey, we can have some competition at right tackle, which I'm here for it, man. May the best man win. You know.
What's his timeline? Is he like the end? Is he like November-ish because it was so late in the season?
I would be surprised if he's ready to go by the beginning of the season. I think he's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I think they're going to put him on the PUP list at the beginning of the season.
Yep.
And then not to rush because there's no reason to rush him back. You got Jonah Williams there. In worst case, you got Jax Carmen. So I don't think they're going to rush him. I don't think there's any reason to rush him. But I think he's working his ass off to try to get back to help this team out, which that's what this whole team does, man. And it reminds me of the Reds. I mean, or the Reds remind of the Bengals of how these guys just pull for each other. That's what Ted and the boys do. That's what Ellie De La Cruz and Joey Votto and all those guys are doing right now.
Yeah, I think depth. I mean, with the line, I mean, like we've seen the last 2 years, it all comes down to line depth. Everybody's got somebody hurt. Everybody's got somebody down. It's next man up. It's how good's your next man up. I feel better than ever.
I mean, you grew up in Indiana. Were you and Ted Reds fans growing up then, or?
You know, I was a huge bandwagon sports fan growing up. Like the worst person you could ever be. I was a big Yankee fan back then.
Oh.
I was diehard. Oh yeah, Yankees.
I hate the Yankees.
I know.
Oh, God.
Egregious. I honestly just kind of fell out of love with baseball. I loved baseball playing growing up, and just like when I went to college, I kind of fell out of it. Didn't really have a team to associate with. So the Reds are breathing a little life back into me.
How about Ted? Was he all football, or did he like baseball too?
He was so narrow-minded. He was all football. I mean, I don't think Ted's ever had until Logan Wilson's softball game. I think that was his first competitive at bat in a baseball game ever.
Really?
Like, if Ted hits a home run, I'll donate $100 to the Cincy hat. I was like, your money's safe, dude. That's like a plus 5,000 bet. He's never had a competitive swing before, so he's a little more coordinated than you think. He's a good ping pong player, but baseball not his game. Golf, he's getting a little better.
I didn't get to go out there, but my buddy Aubrey, she went out there, and I think he was out in right field. Was he an outfielder that day?
I wish I made it. No, I couldn't make it either. I would laugh seeing him out in right field, that's for sure. But I don't know where else you put him. Catcher? I guess nothing's getting by him.
You don't have to worry about it then. You know, he's a big target there. He just blocked everything. Yeah, I wish they would have done it at the Florence Freedom. I could have made it then, but up to Dayton,
a little closer.
I had no shot. I had been working at like 3:30 in the morning. I'm like,
I love the tournament aspect. I know Sam Hubbard's got the folding tournament. Ted and I were throwing out some ideas. He had a good idea. I don't know if we're going to do it or not. We were throwing out the idea of a euchre tournament, maybe. A little Midwest action. He's a big euchre player. We're competitive euchre players. So that might be a fun way to get some up close and personal interaction. Very different than like a softball thing. Obviously, you don't have like spectators. It'd be more, 100 tables, everyone playing against each other. But we'll see.
That'd be cool. Yeah, we're actually doing a Jackpot Joey cornhole tournament in August. I don't have the dates yet. I know they're working on it, but I know that's coming up.
Where's that going to be?
That's going to be at Brink Brewery. Cool. So I can give you when I get the dates hammered down, I can give you the dates. And I mean, you guys can come there and sell some hats or whatever. I'll invite you to it.
Love that.
I don't think they'll care. I mean, if you bring Ted to tag along,
there you go.
See if he's any good at cornhole. Because, I mean, me and Greg are going to be partners here. Now we're going to dominate, right, Greg? We're just going to kick everybody's ass.
Wait, we're going to be partners?
Yeah, so you said that at my house. Hey, that's fine. I'll get somebody else if you don't be.
No, I'm kidding with you, man. But I didn't. After playing against you, Jeff, I didn't think you would want to have anything to do with me being your partner.
Nah, we're good, man. You're my buddy. We're good.
Do you have your own bags? Or
I got my own bags. I got my own boards. I got everything, dude.
One of those guys. Yeah, I did a rec league, cornhole league once, and we were just messing around. We were decent, but like recreational. Everyone shows up their own bags. We're like, we're screwed.
I'm okay at it. But the guys who are quote unquote professionals, oh my goodness, those guys are freaking ridiculous. I don't know. Yeah. Damn near everything they throw goes in the hole. I'm not that good.
It doesn't just get not fun anymore. Like,
I'm trying my best, and you're completely kicking my ass. This is not fun at all.
That's funny.
So you did send us some pictures here of the new hats you got coming out. Now, are these going to be available? When are these available? I'm just go through the pictures here.
The new one's coming. So these are going to be at the Little Miami Brewing, July 21st, Friday. That's where we're going to drop these. Anything we don't sell there, we'll sell online. We're hoping to have a big crowd. So we've got 2 visors. We've got a white with black logo and a black with orange. And then we got that bucket hat that you just threw up there. So we got a pretty limited selection of each, but we're trying to experiment, see what sticks. Super pumped about the bucket hat. I think that'll be a fun little end of summer treat there. We're kind of trying to narrow down our core SKUs for the season here. So I think the visors are going to be a hit. I think those are going to look good on anybody.
Now, just to let everybody know, these are not available right now. They will be available at Miami Town Brewery, and then after that, right?
Yes, exactly. Anything we don't sell there, we'll toss up on the website the following week.
There you go. Jackson already likes the bucket hat.
There we go. I love that. I don't know if I ever worn a bucket hat, honestly. That's gonna be a brand new foray for me. So I can't wait to wear my first bucket hat.
I was never a bucket hat guy, but then we came up with a Jackpot Joey bucket hat, and I wore that a lot last year. And actually, it's nice because it keeps the sun. Because I go out to practice a lot, and Ted see me out there, and they kept me from getting sunburned on my neck because it gets hot out there, man.
Oh yeah, ridiculous. My goal is to have on Ted's walk up every game. I want him in a different hat every game. I feel like that's when we know we've got a good product line for all the pregame picks. We can have a different hat on.
There you go. Greg, which one of those hats do you like? Which ones would be your next?
Well, so I think you saw on Twitter. I just got my LA De La Cruz jersey and all that, and I'm thinking that red Cincy hat would look pretty good with that jersey. So I still got to get my hands on the red Cincy hat, but the bucket hats, I can tell you right now, last year they had Bengals camouflage bucket hats at the pro shop. They went out just like that. I have no doubt in my mind, though you will succeed with those.
Love that.
Absolutely.
Love that. Yeah, so the Reds hats, they're back. I forget if we said it. They're back. They're coming tomorrow. They're going to be shipped in tomorrow. So those are going to go live on our website on Wednesday at 7 p.m.
Cool.
I was going to do tomorrow, but like they're coming in tomorrow, and I'm always nervous something's going to go wrong and they're going to look bad or something. So we're doing Wednesday, 7 p.m.
Nice.
The Reds hats are back, baby.
Now you're not getting this one. This one's autographed.
There you go.
Why not?
This is mine. I don't wear this one very often. I mean, because I don't want to mess it up. So I'll probably be wearing it down there at Miami Town Brewery, but I'll be definitely purchasing some more. And if Ted gives me the same opportunity he gave to me down at Holy Grail, if I buy the rest of the hats to come on my show 4 times, I'm probably taking him up on that offer this time. Because nice. He caught me up. Like, dude, I was telling because Pork Chop keeps giving me crap back. He goes, you should have done it. I'm like, dude. I was like, it'll be like $350. I'm like, I'm not made of money, but I really wanted to do it. And it's like, I have to have permission from my wife, but I didn't want to go, oh my God, what'd you spend this on? And then she was dealing with the countertops and all that stuff. I'm like, so me and her already talked about it. If that option comes again, I'm buying the rest of them. Now that doesn't mean I'll give me 100 hats they're Matt to buy.
Hey, be careful what you say, Jeff.
I know exactly. Like or Ted like, oh, I still buy all the hats. Yeah,
we're gonna be loaded with inventory. Yeah, so do not make promises you can't fulfill. Them.
Yeah, if I buy all the hats, Ted has to come on the show at least once a week during the season. Anyway, so you mentioned a little bit about the Reds here, and we're at the All-Star break, and the Reds just got done drafting a couple pitchers, a couple college guys, which I don't know if you've been following it at all. I'm pretty happy with the guys that they drafted, especially the kid Rhett out of Wake Forest. I watched him pitch in the College World Series, and like I said, I'm not a huge college baseball fan. I watched the College World Series, but I happened to see that kid, and when they drafted him, I was very excited because that kid looks like he's going to be up here into next year, definitely 2025 for sure. I mean, where are you at on the Reds, Matt? Just the energy and the electric that they are creating.
Well, I was going to ask you about this guy because I did not follow the College World Series at all. Is he like a high heat guy? Is he like
he's not 100 miles an hour.
No.
He's like,
okay.
Go ahead, Greg. Go ahead.
No, his changeup is one of the best in the league. Like I say, the knock on him is he doesn't throw high. He still throws up to like what 94 to 90, like up to 94. But he's a very good control.
I think 96.
96. Yeah. But he's got one of the best changeups in the league. He's more like he's like the safest pick in the draft, and that's what the Reds need. I mean, the Reds need they're in a win now mode, and this kid could like as Jeff said could probably come up next year because when you're in college, you know, you could be up in a year or two, but in high school, it's like 4 or 5 years before you come up usually. So I'm very excited for this kid right now. This shows you they're in win now mode, and you can never have enough pitching, obviously.
Are the rookie deals as structured as they are in the NFL? Like, are they a hard 3-year? Like, how long's Ellie signed on for? 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's arbitration eligible, so he can't leave for 5 years.
So, Matt, I tried to ask this before the show started. What was your take when Ellie De La Cruz stole home? Ever since the last time I remember that was Benny the Jet Rodriguez in Sandlot.
Well, I was following on ESPN Gamecast because I got to figure out like my either illegal streaming setup or just get Valleys or something. I'm like on like ESPN Gamecast like 2 hours a day following the games. But all of a sudden it was like Ellie De La Cruz stole second, and then the next pop up said Ellie De La Cruz stole home. I was like, what did I just miss? So I go to Twitter and it just exploded. Actually, I got to Twitter before everyone even started commenting. Then the next like 200 tweets were just like, oh my God, that was nuts. And then like 2 minutes later, I saw the replay. I mean, I think there is just. He strikes fear in every single player he plays against lives. Every pitcher that is on the mound when he is on the base, they have one thought in mind. I can't let him get to the next base. I can't imagine. There has to be a stat of when he's on base, you know, other people's average is going up because the pitcher is less focused. I mean, what a threat. I don't know if we'll ever see somebody like him again. And how hard he hits the ball. I mean, gosh, at that point, it's like a trajectory game. It's like if he hits the ball high enough, it's going out of the park with some of these ropes he's hitting.
I mean, that stealing of second and stealing of third and home. Last time it happened was Greasy something. His nickname was Greasy in 1919. I mean, it was so unbelievable because he stole third standing up, Matt. Yeah. He stole it standing up. So he rounded third.
They didn't even have a guy there. What were they thinking?
He rounded third on a steal. His hat came off. He flips his hair up. He puts his helmet back on, and then boom, he's gone. And I'm like, I'm still jumping around down here because he stole third. Then they're like, oh, he's coming back home. I'm like, what? Holy crap. Like, oh my God. Like, it was unbelievable. I was like, I've never seen that. I mean, people are like, well, Deion Sanders did this. He did all 2 pitches. And the thing is, my son brought this up too. He got on base with an RBI single. So he knocked a run in, Then he scored a run himself on 2 pitches. That's ridiculous.
Well, I saw a tweet the other day saying that at the pace he's at, if he had played the full season, he would have been like the hits leader, the stolen bases leader, and I forget what I don't know if it was RBIs or something like that, but I didn't quite realize he was on that big of a hitting tear too. I feel like he's had like a couple just like unbelievable games too. Obviously, he's had a couple games where he struck out a couple times. That's fine, but when that dude's on, like we're not losing.
Right, and the thing that cracks me up, people are like, "Oh, he needs to quit switch hitting. He needs to quit doing this." I'm like, Ellie doesn't need to quit doing anything right now. Just go be Ellie. Just go do what you're doing. He's 21 freaking years old. Just you can decide to not switch it next year after that. Let's just leave him alone. Let him do what he does right now, because what he does, this guy has never seen one guy do this. I mean, the only guy that I could compare this to as far as Reds is Eric Davis. And when Eric Davis came up in the late 80s, he was unbelievable. I mean, he could steal, he could hit, he could play excellent defense. But this is different. I mean, Ellie's even more aggressive, I think, than Eric Davis was. And Ellie has changed this team. And I think Mo Egger said this on a show today. And after he said it, I'm kind of like, I think you're right. Ellie De La Cruz right now is the Reds MVP. Because once he came up, he changed everything. I mean, Matt McClain did it too, but there's something different about Ellie. Ellie brings excitement. Ellie changes the defense. He puts the defense on their toes. I mean, they're constantly looking like, what's he doing? Because he's going to steal the base, and then they can throw the ball in the center field, and he's out third base or he's at home. I mean, it's just ridiculous. That's why I call him the most electrifying man in baseball.
Greg, were you at the Cycle game? I know
Yes,
you were at a couple games.
So there's a funny story to that. I was posting a video of myself cheering. There was a Braves fan sitting right behind me, and he had this look like, oh, would you just be quiet? I got to deal with this fan all game. I thought it was hilarious, but no, I was way up high. My buddy was with me, and my buddy, who really hasn't paid attention much all season, I mean, he was just blown away by La Cruz. I mean, the whole excitement, like Matt, I've been to plenty of games where we clinched a playoff berth with a game-winning home run. Never in my life have I seen the energy and excitement like that at a game my entire life, Matt. It was just totally unbelievable. I mean, you got Bengals players now, like T. Higgins saying, where can I get a De La Cruz jersey? Like, all of them are like, I mean, he is so well noticed. I mean, I don't know what Teddy's reaction is, but I'm sure I'm sure Teddy's probably the same way with De La Cruz. Am I right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, I think to finish it, he finished with the triple too, right?
Yes.
Like that is like a whole nother level of clutch.
And
like you got to get up. Usually somebody's getting the triple like the first thing out of the gate. Maybe they're finishing with like the double or the homer. To get the triple at the end is just like another level of like, all right, this guy's not messing around.
And to hear John say next call, he got a cycle.
Yeah.
And when he hit this first home run, that ball had a family. I mean, it's John say that cracks me up. Now, you said this to me. I want to put this up there. This is for where Ted's going to be at, and Matt are going to be there. 4 o'clock, 4 to 9. New style hats for sale, autographs at the Little Miami Brewery. So you guys,
and somebody and Ted's going to be there the whole time. Ted's hanging out. Ted wants to meet everybody. He'll be doing pictures, autographs. I'm always blown away with how generous Ted is with his time. He's the heart and soul of this project. If Ted doesn't show up, like let's face it, like that's kind of the whole success of this stuff. And he is just so generous with his time. And he loves it. I mean, we walk out of those and he's not like, oh man, that was like such a chore. He freaking loves it. He like the amount of love and energy you guys give him by showing up, by supporting. I mean, it's just such a love fest right now. And let's just keep it rolling.
Oh, absolutely. He had a blast out the Holy Grail. I can tell.
After the event, him, Orlando Brown, and Volson, I swear, were there till like 8 or 9 o'clock. They were there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I felt bad like going up to the times. They were all as nice as could be. I mean, Orlando Brown was played for our rival, the Chiefs, last year. Orlando Brown just barely comes here and he's already embraced the city of Cincinnati. Like he's seen it at a Reds game. I think Orlando Brown is like you would have thought he was in Cincinnati forever. Teddy Karras, you would have thought in Cincinnati forever. It's just so cool seeing how all these guys come here and already have embraced the city. It's just totally amazing.
Now, I heard somebody tweeted out or somebody said something that Ted said that when he retires, he thought about opening up a bar on the banks. Is that true? Because if he does,
I don't know about the banks, but Ted definitely has some interest in having a little bar restaurant action. He is very interested in that.
If he wants to do that, if he put a little podcast studio in the back for Strawberry Ice, we can do the podcast from the bar. But no, I'm kidding. But the bar would be cool as hell. I can totally see Ted having a blast owning a bar.
He's big on it's got to have parking. That's like one of his big criteria. He's like, I hate going places where I can't park. So it'll probably be a little more, I don't know, burb or what, but yeah. No, that's a guy though I've never met. I think there's a lot of athletes who are kind of, trying to make their money and get out and, kind of walk out of the game. They're going to pull him out. I mean, he's going to be dying on the field before they yank him out of football.
Jersey off of him.
There is. Every time I ask, like, so when do you think about retiring? I mean, you're 30, 31. He's like, never. Literally play until my knees can't go anymore. So it's so fun to see his energy for it.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I mean, like I said, he's a great guy. I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to keep too boning home, but I had him on the show last year, and he was just awesome. I mean, he had no reason to come on my podcast at all. He wasn't even doing the Cincy hat thing. He just came on because he's like, all right, yeah, I'll come on. And like, cool. I didn't actually think he would. And he was awesome on the show. He was down there in Florida talking about fishing down there and everything. And I mean, he's just a down to earth. He's a Midwest guy. He's our guy.
Yes.
He's, that's the people we gravitate to. And Ted's one of us. I mean, that's
absolutely.
I always see him and I'm like, man, you could probably be on like a sports show or like have your own show. And I think, I think he enjoys it, but I mean, media is a grind too. Those guys who are there on NFL Sundays, like those guys don't have a fall. I mean, their entire weekends every week, it's just like taken up. So yeah, I'll be curious what his post-football endeavors will be. I knew at one point he said he'd never be a coach, but now that his dad's back into coaching, I think that's piquing his interest a little bit. So who knows? He loves the game of football though. There's never been somebody more obsessed with the topic than Ted is about football.
Now I know he was on my boys' Bengals and Brews podcast. Yeah. Which that helped me. I was driving from Florida to Myrtle Beach. I was on my vacation, so I got to listen to you guys. And I know Ted did say something about possibly coaching with his dad. Now that his dad got back, and just to tell the story, how does dad get back into it? Because he was retired. Because I remember talking to him, you introduced me to him down there, and he was really excited when I got to talk to him about the opportunity he has again.
Yeah, so his dad came to Indy to start the Marion football program. Had an amazing 6 years with them. They actually won the NAIA national championship. Just like came in, took a program from like 1-11, brand new team to win the championship in 5 years. Incredible run. And then he ended up going to D2 at Canton, in Canton, Ohio. And they had a fine run, but they didn't get it done. So I think after about 3 years, I think he was a little burnt out on coaching. I don't know if they had an amazing culture up there, and they just didn't win. Football's not as fun when you don't win. Right. So exited coaching for a little bit. I thought he was done coaching, and then he actually was an assistant DN coach this year, just kind of getting his feet wet with a coach that he had coached with back in the day who just needed a little help. So he's doing, a 2 or 3 day a week thing. And I think he just got the itch again. I think going to a lot of Bengals games probably helped him get the itch a little bit. So I know going to Bengals games is still important, but schedule is going to be a little tighter this year. So we'll see. I hope he's in the stands with us every week though.
Hell yeah. Hey, Holmes wants to give you a shout out here. He said, I want to give a shout out to Matt Randy for getting my order taken care of multiple times for me. Jeff Holmes from Illinois.
Jeff, you're a patient man. I know we had some delays there, so you're the man. We've just, honestly, people have been so nice. There have been times where we have just forgotten orders. Hats have been like ripped. Like we have just dropped the ball. Like there's no doubt, like when you have 9,000 orders like we have, things go wrong. And like every time something goes wrong, the person on the other side is just so nice. And that's just like so refreshing. I mean, there's times where I'm like, oh gosh, I'm so sorry. And they're like, no worries. Just thanks for responding. Thanks for caring. So we try our best. And Jeff, you're the man.
Well, you get to talk about how it all came back. I know Ted said it a couple of times, but he just wore the hat. Then all of a sudden he said on an interview that this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, I went to his house last July. It was the practice at Paycor last year. I went over to Cincy for that, and I stayed at Ted's house that night. And he hands me a hat when I get over to his house, and I was like, "This is it was the original black hat." And I was like, "Man, this is sweet!" Like, and I'm thinking the whole time, like, "Dude, you got to sell these. You can make $1 million off these. Like, you're crazy if you don't sell these." But he was like, "No, you only get a hat if you're my friend. That's the thing. If you're my friend, you get a hat. If you're not, you don't. It's a gift. That's the whole point." I was like, all right, cool. Sounds good. And then like the first time I went to a tailgate, people are asking me about it. People were relentless, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram about it. So finally, like the fifth reporter asked him point blank, like, Ted, where are these hats, dude? People got to buy it. So he just finally got worn down and said, all right, it was going to be a gift, but fine. We're going to sell them. We're going to put them all towards my favorite charity. There you have it. And we're sitting here like, oh, sounds fun. Let's do it. So I was the one crazy enough to be like, hey, I'll run it. But like you're not packing orders in the middle of a playoff run. Like you're gonna need a little help with this. So yeah, it's been the most fun. I mean, and the best part of it's Ted and I have just even become closer than we were before throughout the whole project too. I mean, T's a busy guy during the season. His attention is. He's got to be locked in on football. But we were talking every single day from November through February. So yeah, it's been a whole nother level of our friendship, which has been so much fun.
Well, Matt, I remember when the Cincy hats, I believe it was the Cleveland game. That's when the Cincy hats were first getting shipped out. People were in the game. I remember me and Cincy James were with you. I just remember you were just like, oh my God, all these hats being worn. I just remember you were just so starstruck. Like, is this for real? Like, you were just shocked. Like, of all the Cincy hats you saw. I mean, it was just so cool seeing your reaction, how happy you were to see everybody wearing your hat. Like, I could go to a random restaurant and I'd see someone wear a Cincy hat. Dude, Matt, it has just been so – just explain to everybody what that was like when seeing everybody wear those hats.
Oh, yeah. I feel like two things come to my head, too. It's like, one, like, oh, my gosh, that random person. It's like like the amount of people who didn't even know I was behind it, but people would, like, come up and tap me on the shoulder, be like, nice hat. Like, it was like, I've never gone up to somebody who had the same hat as me and like knocked him on the shoulder and said like, nice hat.
I do.
Happened to me, like, there you go. But that happened to me like 20 or 30 times at like the last like 4 or 5 Bengals games. And I was like, that's so cool. Like there's something, I think the fact that there's a mission behind it just kind of brings people together around it too, which is so much fun. The Bills game was like the big eye opener for me because the weather was good. We had been selling for like a month or two then. And that was, I mean, there were so many hats in the stands. I'm very now on the flip side, my eyes see a lot of opportunity, and I look around the stadium. I'm like, oh, Cincy hat, and 55,000 other heads that don't have Cincy hats. Ooh, I wonder if they know about it yet. I better, we better get our marketing a little better. So this year we're gonna be blitzing. You're gonna see a lot more ads. You're gonna see, there's a way. There's some cool marketing technology out there. There's ways that you can basically send ads to people based on where their phone was. So if you're in Paycor Stadium, there's a way for us to serve you a Cincy hat ad. So with our new, especially with our beanies, I'm thinking maybe we could get a real sea of Cincy hats out there, but we'll see. We'll see. We got to come up with good products. Nobody's buying something if it doesn't look cool. That's first and foremost. If it's not cool, it ain't selling. So we got to keep bringing the heat.
They all look cool here. Now, Jason's got a question here. It says, Matt, how many games did you make to last year?
Yep.
Where did you sit? So somebody come stalk you.
Yes. Usually 103 or 10. Does it go odd numbers on the home side? Is it 101, 103, 105? Or does it go 102, 3, 4?
You got me. I'm in 158. That's why I just walked to that.
I know. I was always in like 103 or 104, usually like 3rd to 5th row. The Bengals players and family seats are amazing. Oh my gosh, going to like Foxborough games, we were always up in the rafters. You're up in, the 3rd to last section. This year I was like, oh, Ted, where are the friends and family seats? He's like, the 4th row. I'm like, all right, well, that's sick. Yeah, I'll come to games. So I went to the opener against Pittsburgh. Oh, I mean, it's so frustrating thinking back to that game. How much better we were at the end of the season than that first game. Like, I mean, Joe's appendix had just ruptured. Like,
it's Clark Harris's fault. It's Clark Harris's fault.
All good. Oh, everyone could have played better that game. And then I went to Carolina. I forget if I went to one in between, and I think I went to the last 8. I went to the last 8 home games.
I've never seen you like at every tailgate the last couple games. I don't feel like you're always down there in lot 1 with us. Starting
that Chiefs game, I didn't miss a home game. Then I got to every playoff game. Buffalo was awesome. Arrowhead was it was fun, and it was going to be so much more fun if we got that done. But I'm going back. I'll be there New Year's Eve. I got a vengeance for that.
You said the name wrong. It's not Arrowhead.
It'll be. Thank God. I'm never saying.
I'm still going to say it. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I know, right? I know. I saw Mahomes is in that NFL Netflix quarterback series. Have you seen anything about that?
I've heard the previews. It's with him, Kirk Cousins, and it's a rookie, right?
It's Mariota.
No, that's right. Mariota. It was Mariota. My bad.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, it's going to be painful to watch that, just know in the end, and we're going to have to deal with the Mahomes injury and him being heroic and coming back. And
whatever. If we freaking don't punt the ball down the middle of the damn field and we don't make a couple stupid plays, but whatever.
A lot of plays could have gone our way. I mean, Arrowhead was loud. That was intense. We gotta be ready for them because good chance we go back through there.
Well, the thing is that's the thing, Matt. Is I think this year the Bengals are going to. Nobody said this, but I think they're going to concentrate on get on to a better start this year to get everybody to go through the jungle. They go through the jungle. We're going to the Super Bowl. I mean, I want every game played here.
When was our last home loss?
Huh?
Did we? When was our last home loss? We won a lot in a row there.
I know we lost Pittsburgh or.
That was week 1.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
we didn't.
Good question. I'm trying to remember because we won so much.
No, I don't. I'm trying to remember.
Browns on the road, Pittsburgh, Dallas at Dallas, and then what was the 4th regular season loss?
We lost to the Ravens. We lost to the Ratbirds.
Right.
Sunday night. I think
it might have been Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh might have been the only one.
I'm trying to think. No, I'm trying to think.
Jason said week 1 was the only home loss.
Yeah.
There we go.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's So I mean, if you win that first one, the other thing is if you finish playing a Buffalo game, who knows?
That was an electric atmosphere.
Oh, dude, that was it went from the loudest damn stadium I have ever heard to the quietest.
Yeah. One of the wild things, my fiance is an emergency medicine doctor. She's an ER doc, and she had been on the Colts sideline before for the ER on the ER response team, and she knew in like 2 seconds. She was like, "Oh, that guy just reached for his pocket. He's getting a breathing tube. Like this, like it's game on right now." The fact that because she was like, they do everything they can in the tunnels. They never do anything on this field. So, I mean, what a recovery though. Is he in practice? He's practicing, right?
As far as
I think he is. Yeah.
I mean, at that point, like you got to go for it. Like go for it, dude. I mean, I hope that guy's a Pro Bowler.
Right.
I mean, what a cool guy.
Exactly. I mean, I think it was a once in a million shot. I mean, they hit him at the right time at the heartbeat or something like that.
I still don't really know. Do we even know? Have they really ever said?
That's kind of what I've heard is where you hit him and it could knock your heartbeat out of rhythm or that's for what I'm no expert, but that's kind of what I've heard. If that's true or not, I don't know. But we heard so much, that whole week. But I mean, that was awesome about just seeing how the community of the NFL came together for DeMar Hamlin and everything. And I mean, we were all ready to kick their ass, but once somebody's actual life is on the line, everybody's like, forget football, make sure that dude's okay. And that's what's cool about just human beings in general. I mean, Twitter is awful sometimes, but it's also really cool sometimes too when stuff like that happens. I mean, to see the outreach of the community and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Any road games you were eyeing this year? You guys are going to?
I'm thinking about trying to go down to Nashville because I've always wanted to visit Nashville. I mean, I'm a big barbecue fan and all that, and that's like the home of barbecue down there. Although there is one barbecue spot here in Cincinnati that I go to a lot, but I'm not going to go into detail over that. But yeah,
what's it called here? Midwest Best? Is that it? Or Midwest?
What gave it away? Midwest barbecue, yeah.
Midwest barbecue. There we go.
You got to take your stuff by now.
You got to take Teddy there. You got to take Teddy to Midwest barbecue.
Yep, I have to.
And if you do, I want to come with you because I've never been there, so it'd be a good excuse for me to come.
There you go, man. I've been trying to get him to come forever, but he's like, "Oh, I live on the west side, Greg." I think this could get him to come, but yeah, no, seriously, you got to go. The owners, they are huge Bengals fans. They're season ticket holders. They would love to have Teddy there.
Love that.
And you too, obviously, yeah.
So I would like to go to Jacksonville. Nice. I think that'd be a fun one to go to. I haven't got any tickets yet or anything yet, so I always got to go by the seat of my pants like the week before me and my son decide to go. We went to Nashville, which is an easy one. We did that one last year. We did that we did it for, if you saw the beginning of the show, Teddy, I got the up yours. It's on the video here, which I was standing in that end zone when he was doing it. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
That's funny.
It was awesome.
I'm just so happy they caught that on camera. That's the best part. Like the fact that got on camera is so rare. Like I love that happened, because that could have just happened and that just goes into ether. No one thinks anything of it. But the fact that that's just a clip that will live on forever. It's just so funny.
On my show when I do my Bengals intro, it's on there. So that might be on there for forever. I might just keep using that one and then the clip with Teddy on the show. So I love that. But I was at that one. And the last time I went to Nashville, went to their time before that, I went there for the playoff game the year before when Ed McPherson kicked the field goal in that same end zone. I was standing in again. So every time when we go to Nashville, me and Matty Myers, we stand in the same spot. I don't care where our tickets are. We go stand in the same spot because we won both times we went there.
You better get down there this year.
Yeah, we might. We'll have to see. It's not a bad drive. We always end up driving up and driving back, and it's just I'm old. It wears me out.
Yeah.
I might want to stick down there this year, but we
drove back after Buffalo last year.
Oh.
We drove back and got home at like 4 a.m. That was a tough one. We were 3 hours out and we were seeing the video of like Ted giving the game ball at the Oak. We were like, that's so cool. And like, oh my God, we still have 3 hours to go. And he's already back at home. Like it is.
You're like, Ted, you couldn't give me a ride on the plane?
Yeah, can I get come on, man. Rent a plane.
Best friends, man. What the hell?
So Matt, I'm a groundskeeper. If you're over Cincinnati, when it snows, I got to go in. So after the game's over, I call my boss up cheerfully. He's like, Greg, we got to go in. I was a little bummed out, but I'm like, I was just so happy after that Buffalo game. Work has never been so much more fun because I couldn't go to sleep. So I was at work till 3 a.m, but like I was still so fired up. I couldn't even go to sleep that night. I was so fired up after that game, man. So that was one of the times where I'm like, I got all this energy. I could go to work and all that. So that was awesome.
Oh yeah. I was like really happy, and then the hangover started to hit a little bit. Like hour 6 of the drive, and I was like, I am not as happy anymore. I'd really like to be at home in my bed.
Right.
Yeah. Buffalo is a funny stadium though. It's like tiny. It's like a college stadium. It's like not impressive at all. It's kind of funny, but it's like kind of cool and like personal because it's like so small and whatnot. But yeah, it's kind of a different. I think they have a new one coming from what I heard, which would make a lot of sense because I feel like they are way too big of a franchise. But that's it. Like Buffalo's a pretty small town. Really, it's like not big at all as a city.
I like this. My favorite child, my daughter-in-law here says that her dad could be my Uber. I like this.
There we go.
But yeah, me and Chandler, we went to the Chiefs game, the AFC championship game in I'm gonna say it again, in Burrowhead. Mm-hmm. And driving there, I was excited. I couldn't wait to get there. We went down to I think they call it the Gaslight District or something. It is freaking cool.
P&L? Yeah.
It's one big open area, but there's bars everywhere. Mm-hmm. And Matt, we took that place over. There were Bengals fans freaking everywhere. And that's one thing that I wish the Bengals fans would get more notoriety for is how well we travel. I mean, I went to the Tampa Bay games last year too. So I went to 3 road games last year. And we were all over the place. We took over that town too. I mean, I don't think we got enough notoriety as being as good of traveling fans as I think we should.
I mean, I love the fans of Cincy group too. What an awesome service they provide, just organizing all that for people. My one downside is like I wish I lived in Cincy so I could like do the caravan or do the flights where there's 50 people on the flight together. But yeah, I definitely am eyeing at least doing 1 or 2 of those trips this year. Jacksonville seems cool. If Jacksonville can stay as hot as they were, I feel like that's going to have a lot of implications in that game late in the season, Monday night. It's going to be sweet.
See, my thing is I'm trying to I like road games. I want to go, but the biggest road game I want to go to is in Vegas.
Yes.
That's the one. And you know what we're going to be there for. Mm-hmm. That's the one I want to go to. So I'm kind of like, should I spend all my money on these road trips or should I just kind of wait and put it all in?
I bet Vegas is pretty cheap that weekend, though. I bet they're not going to jack up prices. No. Gambling tables would be like $5 blackjack. No. There in May, and I was just like, man, this place is so expensive. And I was walking with my fiance last night, and we were like, man, it'd be so cool to go to Vegas. Like, we gotta literally maybe think about booking an Airbnb now. Like, just have something cancelable, but like they're gonna just gouge people there.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, the thing is, I don't even know if I could. I don't think I can afford a ticket to it, but I mean, I would like to at least just be in. That's one thing I said forever. I said, when the Bengals go to the Super Bowl, I'm going to at least go to the city. Well, I said that when there was no team in LA. I didn't expect them to go to LA. And now, Matt, I think I told you a story before. If I had placed the bet that I was planning on doing, I actually drove down to Indiana I would have had the money to go to the Super Bowl because the January of 2021, I drove because betting wasn't legal in Ohio. You had to drive to Indiana to go get that. So they got a sports book down there. So I was driving down there to place a $100 bet on the Bengals to go to the Super Bowl.
AFC Championship? What was the odds at that point? Oh, man, 2021, like when Burrow got hurt?
To the Super Bowl. They had to go to the Super Bowl. I would have won like $3,000. I would have plenty of money. And I went down. So I work at night. So I went there after I got off work. And it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, and they weren't open. So I'm like, all right, well, crap. I guess I'm going to have to come back. And then my wife and my mother kind of talked me out of it, and I never went back. And I'm like, and first thing I said when Ed McPherson kicked that field goal, I said, I would have won $3,000.
So Matt, I did get to go to the Super Bowl. Family friend helped out. I mean, but what amazed me, but I'm thinking to myself, it's LA. Out of all places, LA, the Rams. I'm going to get like talk smack to by Rams fans. Funny thing is, when I was in LA, all the LA fans were like, "We're rooting for the Rams. We're really happy for you guys." And when we were at the stadium for the Super Bowl, when The Rock was doing the intro, more Bengals fans than Rams fans at that game. I don't think LA could care less if they had a team there at all.
Yeah.
The Bengals fans totally outdid the Rams fans for that game. Am I right? Were you at the Super Bowl?
No.
Uh-oh.
He's frozen.
It's just there's a lot to do in LA. I don't know. Those big metropolises, like I think it's so fun. Like the Indies and the Cincy of the world, like there's just such another level of loyalty because it's such a part of the culture, right?
Yes.
Like on Sundays across LA, every bar isn't showing the Rams game.
Right.
Some sports bars are, but like every single Sunday at 1 p.m. in Cincinnati, there's one thing on every single TV, and that's what's so cool. It's such a community driver.
Exactly.
All right, we've been on for like 45 minutes here. Let's get to this. You want to give away a red hat? Is that what we're doing
Heck
here,
yeah.
man?
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
So what do you want? You want to go with my trivia? Or you want to go with your trivia, Greg? I kind of think I want to go with your trivia. I think
sure?
Yeah, I think I liked yours better. Let's go with yours.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me look at
so while Greg looks it up, we're going to do this. Now, what we're doing, we're giving away. It's one of these hats, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Give away
if you want the white one, we'll do a white one.
Okay.
We'll let somebody choose either the red or the white.
This one or the one Matt has.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do here is Greg's going to read the trivia question, and first one to type it in, it pops up on the chat. So you got to be quick with the fingers. That's why I'm trying to give you guys time to get ready, to answer the question, and you got to be quick to type it in. Whoever types it in, it doesn't have to be spelled right, but I can figure out what the hell you're trying to say. We'll count that one. So without further ado, Greg.
Is this a one and done question? Whoever gets this one question
one and done. Yep, one and done.
Heck yeah.
Unless you want to give away more hats. You only got one hat, right?
Let's do two. We'll do a red and a white.
All right.
Okay. All right.
If you got two questions, we'll do it.
I got two questions. So I'll read mine. Greg, you read yours first, then I'll read mine.
Okay.
We'll do
1998, the Bengals had 2 first-round draft picks. Who were those 2 picks in the first round in 1998?
Boom, boom. All right. Anyway, I don't know why.
Keep an eye on it.
I need to have some game music playing or something here. But I know the answer.
Anyone nail it yet?
Huh?
No, we're looking.
No, nobody's even.
All right.
No, that's Aubrey says, "Damn, I'm a woman." Okay, that's not it.
I'm sorry. People are probably looking it up right now.
Read it again one more time, just so everybody.
In 1998, the Bengals had 2 first-round picks. Who were they?
Here we go.
Jason.
Jason's got it. Bam.
Jason, yes.
There's Spikes and Simmons. All right, so Jason, if you can DM me on Twitter, your address and stuff, I can get it to Matt that way. Is that the easy way to do it, Matt?
Yeah, and let me know if you want the red or the white.
Yeah. Let us know if you want the.
Actually,
tell us now before we give. You get first choice. Tell us now before we read the other. We got
a bunch of each coming. So if both people want a red, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Cool. There you go. So let us know if you want the red or white. And like I said, DM me on Twitter or Facebook your address, and I'll get that on to Matt.
He said red.
He said red. So there you go.
Nice.
There you go. All right. So one down. All right. You guys, I got to get my glasses. See, this is when you get old, Matt. You have to have glasses to read this stuff. Yeah.
I just accept bad vision. I have terrible eyes, but I just like them too stubborn. And I tried to do contacts and they didn't work. So
I got the LASIK surgery 19 years ago. My daughter was born, and I could see perfectly until about 5 years ago. Now to read stuff, I have to have glasses. All right, so you guys ready? Get your fingers ready. All right, this is for the white hat or red hat. Which if you want a red hat, you can do that too. All right. So it says, what NFC team did the Reds play to a 27-27 tie in regular season game in London in 2016? It was their first time they'd ever played on an international game. So again, what NFC team did the Bengals play to a 27-27 tie in a regular season game in London in 2016? First one to get it, you got to, like I said, you got to type it in to the not the Eagles.
Oh, Who Day 88.
Who did Jerome? There you go. All right, Jerome, you got my. Actually, I think you got my number, so you can just text me or you can DM me your address. And Matt was close. Matt was second. Sorry, Matt. But Jerome got you first.
Matt, they'll be available, Matt, on Wednesday at 7 p.m. The Red and Whites, they're back, baby.
There you go. Or you can join us at Miami Town Brewery, where the man, my best friend. No, actually, Matt's best friend. Ted Karras will be there. Matt will be there. I'll be there. Greg will be there. The whole brew crew is coming. So come check us out. I know you guys are coming to see me and Matt, and some guy named Ted will be there. So
yeah,
you guys can come hang
we'll
out.
Let you talk to him too.
Yeah, we'll let you hang out with him. You know, he's an all right dude.
Well, Matt, I was a little scared. Yeah, Matt, I was a little scared at first because I'm like, oh wait, I'm going to the Reds game this Friday. Oh wait, it's next Friday, so I'm still going to go.
Next Friday. We're just starting the marketing push. Yep, I know. With the I feel like with the Holy Grail, we did a good job. We had like enough time, and we're going to be there all night. So don't worry about like getting off work. Last time we were selling them, it was like 4 to 6 p.m. We're going to be there until people are not buying hats anymore, and there's no more autographs this side. So you got some time.
I had a thought, and maybe I could do this. I don't know if you guys would be interested, but we could do a live show there for about 20 minutes if you guys wanted to see if we get people. I can bring my laptop down there, and as long as the internet works,
I'll throw out the idea to Ted. I know we were at that
yeah.
Jungle of the Hall. The minute we showed up, it was like go. It was so funny. We were like, all right, yeah, we'll have some like time to hang out, and then like we'll start selling. And like all of a sudden, the first person was there with a credit card, and then there were 4 people in line, and there were 60 people in line. We're like, we're in this, dude. Like here we go. So
like I said, I'll throw it out there. If you guys want to, we could try to do that. If not, I'll just. Hell, I could just do it on my phone. Like, hey, I'm live. Come on down here.
I can't wait to just have my fall friends back. I feel like now I know so many more of you guys. Like last year, I feel like I didn't really know like where to tailgate, who to hang out with before the game.
I know.
Now I'm like, oh man, now there's like 4 different options. Like I gotta figure out what my routine's gonna be. We got such a fun fall ahead. I can't wait. I'm almost like trying to like be like, okay, it's coming. We don't have to wish it because like once we're in it, it's gonna be full go, intense every week. Like I can't wait, man.
I told you sometimes you need to get your walking shoes on and just come with me and we'll hit them all up.
There we go. I love it.
That's what I do most times. So if anyone wants to order any of the hats right now, I don't have the link for that. Do you have what is the link?
The CincyHat.com.
TheCincyHat.com.
Yep. Got a lot of SKUs in stock. Gonna have even more here shortly. And we're gonna have some new products at the Little Miami. Those will be the bucket hats and the visors. Those are only gonna be sold at Little Miami to start, and then we're gonna release others. But we actually have some new products just dropping on the site later this week too. So follow our emails. I swear we don't spam email. We basically just announce when we have new products coming out. That's a great way to stay in touch with us, our email list. And we send like 2 a month. We're not going to bug you. Those visors are crisp. I can't wait to see how people like those. And then we definitely got our the big thing I can't wait for is these winter beanies. Yes. I am most optimistic about these because that's the reality too of like, I like hats, but honestly, like even 2 years ago, like I didn't wear a hat every day. Some people are hat people, other people aren't, but everybody wears beanies. Yeah. Everybody, every Ohio resident for 4 months of the year wears a beanie. So I can't wait till we get those going. And just the impact. So on last Thursday, we hit $500,000 in sales.
Awesome.
Oh my Lord.
That's awesome, dude.
It's just been nuts. And we want to get to $1 million. We're excited. We feel like it's inevitable, but we got to come out with some great products to get there. And 100% of Ted and I, neither of us have made $1 off this project. It is all going to a great place to support adults with autism and Down syndrome and give them independent lives. So it's just been amazing, and thank you all for your support.
Yeah, Jason said he just got.
I found Jason in our customer database, so I already got his free hat in the system.
There you go.
I do need Jerome's, so you send me that info.
Yeah, I'll get you. Like I said, I don't know. Jerome, send me your address. I don't know.
If he's already in the database, I just need his name and email, and he'll pop right up.
I don't even know what's Jerome's last name. I can't even remember.
I know Jerome Lang.
Jerome Lang. I think that's what. I think Jerome. I just know him as Jerome. He's my dude. My dude, and I don't know his last name.
Lang.
Nice. Did he say what color he wanted?
I think so. You can get the Jerome.
If not, I just need that info.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see if he DM me or anything here. One second. There's a lot of TV here, people. That's how we do it. No. Jason. Okay, Jason DM me. I got it, Jason. Jerome hasn't yet. So when he does, I'll get with Jerome. Cool. I got his number. Worst case, I can call him. So anyway, let's about 54 minutes into this. Anything else you want to? I know what I want to ask you about the golf shirts. How people can buy those on the website too? Kind of people.
We have a couple polos left. Shirts have been fun, and they're kind of really hard to manage sizes and all of that. And we just ordered a bunch of different sizes, and all of a sudden everybody loves mediums, but nobody loves XLs. Or so they're fun.
I like extra fat. I'm good with extra fat.
There we go. We've got white and black golf polos, and we've got some T-shirts still online. We'll see if we bring those back. Those might just be a little limited edition. Stick to our core competency. Hats are so nice because there's one size and they're easy inventory, and you don't have to worry about running out of one of them and having 27 the others. But the golf polos, if you're a golfer at all or just a polo guy, they are high quality. They're slimming. The black ones, I lose 15 pounds every time I put one on, and my arms get a lot bigger. So I highly encourage our black polos on the site. They are very nice. Donald Ross, very high quality. So.
Yeah, didn't Ted get those made by somebody down in Florida? Isn't that what
so Ted's next door neighbor in Florida is the Maitland family. Sydney Maitland she runs a golf supply business. So they work with golf clubhouses down in Florida. So they've got direct, supplier connections with amazing golf. So all of our hats are Imperial hats. They're one of the oldest, most renowned hat companies in America. Everything's embroidered and put together here in America. And then the polos are Donald Ross, super high quality, about as high quality as it gets.
So I got a question where I know Ted did a trivia on Bengals and Brews of The Office. Do you have? And he killed it. I mean, I've watched The Office. I don't know,
what a freak. Yeah,
I love The Office.
So did you ever have a TV show that you just binge watch like that and know everything about it?
Not recently, but growing up, Seinfeld was on in my house all day, every day. I mean, I feel like everything in my brain just tweaks by little obscure Seinfeld references. So that would be mine. But Seinfeld's got so much content. I mean, so did The Office. I just haven't watched it 27 times. Whenever I go to Seinfeld trivia, I'm like, oh man, I don't know it as deeply as I think I do. Ted, I feel like Ted needs to be like a ringer and scout out office trivias around the country after he retires. I mean, that was some freaky stuff that he put on.
Well, no matter, there was times he was hesitant. I used to binge watch The Office, especially from seasons 1 to 4. I was like, Ted, come on, you got to know this one and all that. I got to get out there and answer it. So
you go toe to toe with him.
You know what? Later seasons, he might get me, but 1 through 4, I think I challenged Ted. Office seasons 1 through 4.
Oh, all right. So when I buy 25 hats and Ted comes on the show once a week, I'll get
head-to-head showdown.
I will show that. It has to be 1 through 4, though. I will show that.
I can already think of his quips about, you got to go 5 through 1.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
All right, Jared here. Who we got in the home run derby tonight? I'm trying to think.
I don't want Pete Alonso.
That's the first guy. He's won it 3 times. That's the guy who I put money on.
Speaking of home run derby, how awesome was it for Elliot De La Cruz, who was offered? He's like, no, I want to concentrate on my team right now. I mean, that is just a 21-year-old already saying, that is just incredible. I mean, how could you not show respect for him? I mean, that was just so cool.
That's just so cool. I wonder if some of the vets counseled him a little bit on that of hey, sometimes that hurts your swing, or maybe he was just like, no, I'm focused right now. Right. I mean, they're just having, I don't know, he gets enough hype as it is. Let's not add another little pressure thing for him. Let's let him have fun.
Now, Matt, have you been down to a Reds game yet?
No, I've never been to Great American.
What?
I'm coming soon. I know. I was thinking about next Sunday to finish that series. I was thinking about next Sunday.
We are going Friday.
Are you going Friday? I have a golf tournament Friday and Saturday, but I got nothing Sunday. And I was like, ooh, I feel like that's going to be a big one to either extend the lead or tie it up.
That'll be the Brewers again.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. I 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago or 1 year ago. Do you guys know the name Trey Mancini? He's on the Orioles, or was on the Orioles. I forget if he got traded. He played at Notre Dame with a buddy of mine who played there, and he actually had cancer and had a really cool comeback story. He had digestive colon cancer and had to take a year off, but he was in the home run derby last year, and he was the dark horse. And he got the final ground against Alonso. I put $50 to win like 1,300 or something. He was the weakest odds there, and I'm sitting there just like, come on, man. And he had a great first round, and then Alonso just mashed and just like dominated him. And I was like, all right, I hate Pete Alonso for the rest of my life. But I did go to a Mets game last year in New York because I was in New York visiting some family, and my father-in-law is a huge Mets fan, and Alonso did hit a walk-off homer for that. So I guess he counteracted it a little bit with like a fun moment. But no, I got to get to Great America. I'm very excited.
Oh, dude, you got to come to Great America, man. It's a great experience. You know, it's like, you know, Strawberry, you can explain better. What's it like going to a Reds game? Like, we're the first team ever in baseball. It's a great experience.
It's like traveling back in time.
Yes.
Really, I love the see, when I grew up, it was Riverfront Stadium, and it was a cookie cutter stadium, and I could not wait for them to get an actual baseball stadium. And now they have that, and you see the river. You got the riverboat out there. That's the stacks. Every year you go there, they got something new down there. It's just a cool freaking experience, and there's really not a bad seat in the place.
No.
I mean, you can sit up in the sky where me and Greg usually
It is so cool up there.
What are we looking at for a beer price? Well, what did they gouge you? Like,
if you have to ask, you don't want to know the answer.
Yeah. I mean, they have them. I think you can get the tall boys. I want to say I bought one last time. What was it? I want to say $12 or $15, but you also got a cool little koozie with it, Reds koozie. So that was kind of cool.
Have you ever heard of a 50 West Burger at all?
I think I've heard of it, but I've never had any.
They just serve them there. You can get a burger and fries, a double cheeseburger and fries for $13.50. That's actually good value at the stadium. They got awesome fry sauce. Strawberry's been there. I definitely recommend checking that out.
Love that.
Yeah. See, this is what you do: is you go down there and you pregame at the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Then you go in and you don't drink as much of the game. The point is to try to.
There's a good betting game that a friend of mine taught me. It's called In or Out. At the end of every inning, the ump always rolls the ball to the mound. And you're betting on whether or not the ball is going to be in the dirt or outside of the dirt.
Yeah.
That's a great game. And I feel like you got to like study the umps. I played against a buddy and I locked in the out for the whole game. I said, I'm only betting, but I get the out every single inning. It was out every time. Like the ref or the ump never tried it. But I feel like you got to have some umps who are like aiming for the mound. Right. You know,
they're doing it.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. I remember I was a kid and a couple of guys were sitting behind us and they were going nuts. I'm like, what are you? They're changing position, in between innings. What are you guys cheering about? They're like, oh, we're playing in and out. Like, what is that? I was like, oh, we're betting on the ball if it goes on the mound or if it goes, on the grass. I'm like, oh, okay. And they were getting into it, dude. They're like, oh, you got so lucky, you SOB. And they're having a freaking time of their life. I'm like, I'm gonna play this sometime. Something fun.
I feel like with the speed of the games, like you got to enjoy the games while they last. They're going so quick now. How fast was that game yesterday? It was like a 2:10 start, and it was over by like 4:22 or something. I was like, whoa, they're moving along, man.
Well, Matt, that's another thing. I was with the game with a buddy of mine a couple of years ago. It was 1-0. The Reds were only down by 1, but it was like the third or fourth inning. It's like 2 hours go by. I'm looking at my buddy like, just so boring. But I mean, the way they speed up the game with the pitching or mound visits, dude, it has gotten so much better. And plus with the Reds getting the DH with all the hitters we have, that's helped us out. Like some of the rule changes with the base getting bigger, how much these have benefited the Reds really well so far.
Oh yeah. I feel like they just got to keep having fun. I mean,
Absolutely.
I think baseball is like one of those just camaraderie games too. Things click and man, it's just like magic. And like, there's nothing more magical than like just a rally in an inning. Energy just feeds off each other. One big play can just turn into such a huge explosion. So, man, I just hope those guys keep having fun. I know the pressure is going to mount. It's going to be a lot of pressure, a lot of young dudes. I mean, I think, that's going to be their magic ticket. If they can keep having fun, I think they can do it. But they're going to have a tall task, and they get a lot of expectations. Talk about no expectations to a ton of expectations. Yeah. Now everyone's like, we don't have a 3-game lead going to the All-Star break? What the hell? It's only
I know, dude. That's what everybody's like, oh, my God, the Brewers got our number. I'm like, they're a really good damn team, all right? I mean, there's a reason they were supposed to win the division. I mean, we weren't supposed to even sniff where we're at, let alone be first place by one game. And this thing, Matt, as I told people in 2021 with the Bengals, I'm like, enjoy this. That's what I tell people with the Reds. Yes. Enjoy this. Are we going to go to the playoffs? I don't know. I hope so. Are we going to win a playoff series? I don't know. I hope so.
Yes.
Just enjoy it, man, because this is fun watching this team play. No. It is so much damn fun. And the thing is, they're set up to win years on down the road, just like the Bengals were. I'm like, this ain't going away anytime soon. unless they completely screw this up, which would be really hard to do right now, they're going to be good for a little while. So like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely, if you want to go on that Sunday, we can talk after the show or text back and forth. Let me know. Me and Pork Chop already talked about going that weekend.
Heck yeah.
So I'm sure this guy would probably want to come too.
I was going to say, man,
go ahead.
Hey, I'm game.
I remember when the first power rankings came out from like ESPN about the MLB, and everyone was commenting on Twitter like, "What the hell? We're like 32nd or like 30. I forget exactly how many teams, but the Reds were dead last. I mean, talk about a team that just said, "Screw all you guys. I don't care about your expectations." I was telling them on Bengals and Brews, I took the over on the Reds season wins. I checked it today, 65.5. Feeling pretty good about that.
I think you did pretty good. Yeah,
feeling pretty good.
Hey, Matt, I've never seen 4 rookies come up and play like veterans. You got Steer, who's been up here all year, then Elliott, Matty Bats, and Abbott. I know Abbott didn't pitch so good the other night, but it's going to happen.
Yeah,
4 guys who've come and they pitched played and pitched like veterans. I've never seen that. And you're watching some of the All-Stars talk before the show started, and they're just talking about the young guys, how they are more prepared to come up and play in Major League Baseball than they ever were, in the olden days, like my time.
I don't know what I was doing as a 21-year-old, but it wasn't hit for the cycle. It wasn't. I just laugh thinking about like what's got to be going through his head. I mean, he's just probably like, "This is nuts," Like,
what about the way I describe it is, have you ever seen the movie Forrest Gump?
Oh yeah.
You remember when Forrest Lieutenant Dan are fishing for shrimp, they can't find any, and finally Lieutenant Dan's like, "Where's this God of yours at?" And Forrest is like, it's funny he said that because God came after that. It's like, and all of a sudden, with all the rookies coming up, and it's like, after that, winning's been easy.
Exactly. Anyway, Matt, you've been on for an hour and 6 minutes. I don't keep you on any longer. I appreciate you.
It's been fun,
you coming on. But make sure you guys go. Be it at I put it back up here again. Miami Brewery.
Little Miami Brewing Company, Friday, July 21st. We're going to be hanging out, selling hats. Ted's doing autographs, photos. He's there to hang out. We got new visors and bucket hats that'll be there. That's going to be the exclusive drop of those products. We'll be there. No hard time limit. We're going to be there all night. So stop by, grab a beer. My big thing, I was telling Ted, I was like, we got to make sure Little Miami is serving beer in line. Because like I felt bad about how long the line was at the Jungle to the Hall. There might be a little line, but like we got to get beer flowing through that line. So That's my like number one priority. Think about the event. Make sure everyone is hydrated. So.
And then the red hat is coming. Is it dropping tonight?
Wednesday at 7 p.m.
These 2 hats.
Red and white and the white and reds. Wednesday at 7 p.m. Baby.
There you go.
Awesome.
All right,
thanks,
Matt.
guys.
I appreciate you, man. I'll see you the 21st, buddy.
Yes,
see
sir.
You, buddy.
Take care.
Take it easy. All right, Greg. You got anything you want to leave the from Big Savage here? A message you want to leave to your fans about the Reds, the Bengals, whatever.
That's it. I'm glad you brought that up. I was telling my nephews this. I want to tell everybody, tell your kids, enjoy this moment. I mean, I think you can vouch. I have never seen the Reds and the Bengals, and FC Cincinnati also, all good at the same time. I just want to tell everybody, like this people, like, they're like in, like whether you're from the ages of 6 to 18 or whatever, enjoy this while you can. This is something that doesn't happen often. I just want you to embrace this. This is just so cool. I'm just so happy for the city of Cincinnati right now. This is just 100% awesome.
It is freaking awesome. Cincinnati is a sports town, and we have 2 very, very good, actually 3 very, very good professional teams right now. So.
Yes.
Greg, appreciate it, brother, as always.
Take care, buddy.
Yeah. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. My thanks to Matt from Cincy Hats and Big Savage Greg for coming on. Like I said, please don't forget, show up at Miami Town. I'll get up there again. Miami Town Brewery, Little Miami Town Brewery, Friday, July 21st, 4 p.m. to 9. We're going to have the hats. These will be exclusively at the Little Miami Brewery that night. You can't get them anywhere else. After that, you can get them, but that night they're selling them there. So, again, come to a Little Miami Brewery. You follow it at Little Miami Brewery, Friday, July 21st, 4 p.m. to 9. Ted Karras is going to be there. That was fun. Let me get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream. And as always, I appreciate every single one of them. They are Houday Nation, Houday Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Radical Reds, The Ice Bar, The Ohio State Bucknuts. And you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Twitter handle is at Jeff A. Turnipole. TikTok is at Iceman90. I'll be pulling the sound off later on tonight. Put it on the podcast. It's on BeanPod, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Give me a 5-star review and leave a comment so more Cincy fans can find my podcast. YouTubers, my originals, love you guys. 2,265 subscribers. Thank you for subscribing. If you watch on Facebook or Twitter and you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please go to the YouTube channel Sports with Strawberry Ice. Hit the subscription button, hit the bell for notification. Every time I go live, you'll be notified. Thanks for joining. Shout out to Jared and Hude, Jerome, who got the hats. Everybody else, if you didn't get them, sorry, you can buy them online. You can go get them at Little Miami Brewery, the 21st. This has been a lot of fun. I love doing this crap. Got a good show for you coming on tomorrow. Make sure you check it out live at 5:30. Other than that, that's just sports, baby. See ya!
Talked about it yesterday, just that chip on your shoulder. Everyone talking about a neutral AFC championship game, not even thinking about you guys. How much did that motivate you coming into this?
You better send those refunds. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. We ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. Back-to-back champs, kings of the north with it. Thinking they can hang with us, still ain't jumped out the porch with it. Long bomb to chase every Sunday, watch him go and get it. Double up on him, then we gon' double down on T. Higgins. Then throw Boyd in the mix, now you really iffy. Every Sunday showing boys how to really gritty. They try to shuffle up the game on us, but they ain't icky. Flip the coin, kick the toe Roger to go and get it. Never know what's gonna happen when Joe drop back. He get shiesty in the pocket, I get shiesty on the track. Nobody on the team all pro, that's all cap. Most all around team in the NFL, that's all fact. Ain't came across nobody yet that seem like they can hang with us. They said we couldn't be Buffalo, but see how we call they bluff. Underdogs every week, they keep on trying to label us. Put your money on us, even if Vegas don't favor us. No matter what, we really came up, now it's hard to fail. I dare you come across that middle, Von gon' ring your bell. I know we under they skin, them boys built frail. Eli Apple out there chirping like a next tail. You don't want Salmon Trey to come off them ends. Rita clogging up the middle like a big body Benz. Right behind them Logan and Pratt, the turnover twins. Jesse Bates in the backfield just to clean up the loose ends. We just drafted Cam and drafted Hill. Instant gratification every time that they on the field. We can't go back to what we was, cause that's the loser way. It's been hard to throw on us since we picked up a woozy, eh? It's like win after win, feel like we could really do it. Zach Taylor doing his thing for the city, I give it to him. And I bet Samaji will find a hole if you give it to him. Hayden Hurst don't need a hole, he just plan on running through him. Just hand it off to 28 and let him do the dash. Getting hit by BJ Hill probably feel like a car crash. Every week it seem like Lou digging deeper in his bag. And if the game on the line, all my favorite money match. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. Fuck a coin flip, it's time to pay up. Don't cross the middle, 21 in the cut. And we ain't hiding from nobody, run and tell them it's up.